Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. We are pumping hard. And being the 5'2" neckbeard piece of shit you are, you're here to see what's going to pump next. Which coins, which products are going to make the next move. And oh boy, I've got good news for you. You've come to the right f***hole shithole part of YouTube. Because in this video, I'm going to give you the projects. I'm going to give you the coins that are going to because oh baby, if you look on chain right now, you look what BlackRock just bought, you look what the Trumps are buying, you see what Bank of America just started moving into, ooh, it's obvious where this is gonna be at. Especially in this one part of the market, this one narrative, this one group of coins, everything is pointing on chain, the data is showing this is where the pop is going to be. And frankly, I'm just having to rush this the f up. I have to get it out here now. Like the last few videos, this is extremely time sensitive. You saw the last few videos. I talked about AI. I talked about ETH. Look at what's going on in the market right now. It happened fast afterwards. We're saying the same exact setup again. But this time, we're getting into the dirty shit. Because there are still phenomenal entries on coins that are literally going to 10, 20, 30x from here if ETH keeps moving like it does. And I don't have any more time to hype it up. I don't have any more time to show off my luxury new studio from my mother's apartment, to brag about the unlimited chocolate milk, hot pockets, and Capri Sun supply my mother provides for me. I don't have time to do that. You know I'm very humble, so we just have to get right the f into it. Let's go. Like I stated, we're going to be getting into the coins in a specific narrative, obviously going to show the biggest gains this run. I'm going to show you the data. It's going to make sense here in a second. Like always, subscribe and like this video. Why? As soon as ETH hits 3,500, we're dropping my meme coin. It's going to have a 10,000 person whitelist. People that have liked these videos, subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitter. You're going to have preferential treatment on that whitelist. I can get AI, I can scrape all of it up, I can see who's actually engaged, who's part of the 5'2" neckbeard army. Hit like, hit subscribe. The incentives are huge. But we got to talk about these coins, and I know that's why you're here. And trust me, we're going to get into the coins. I'm even getting some really juicy, dirty ones that are still at massive low caps, but I'm going to sprinkle them throughout this video in subtle ways. They're going to be kind of hidden because we just can't come out and talk about them because, as you know, I am the most famous man in crypto, also the most humble, but I am also the most caring. As you know, it's talked about all over Twitter. I have a heart of gold. And so what I have to do right now is explain to you what is happening in the fundamentals so you can actually understand what the fuck you're investing and gambling your life savings in. By the way, please read the disclaimer below. This is financial suicide. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I am filming in my mother's basement. This is not a reputable source of investing information. You're a fucking retard if you listen to me. On a serious note, this is totally gambling. You shouldn't be doing this. We're going to lose all of our money. We've already done it once this year. From the top of this, I'm literally down like 30 million bucks. This is a very risky endeavor. The bet we're taking right here, it's not intelligent. Please read the disclaimer. That's the last I'm going to warn you to get your dick out of the pencil sharpener here. But I have to explain to you the fundamentals of what's happening right now so that you actually understand how to play this move, because it's going to happen fast. And if you get this, this is what's going to give you the edge over other people. Knowing the coins is easy. Every coin's going to move here. Knowing why the coins are moving, how to position yourself, and when to get out of them is what's going to actually make you the bucks here. You need to understand how Ethereum is going to move and how it's going to affect all this. And then trust me, you degenerate fucks, I will give you the juice. I will give you the moisture that you're looking for. So let's discuss what's happening right now. This is very important. Please, I beg you, listen to this part of the video. Do not skip to the end and just look at coins. This right here is what's going to actually make you the big bucks. You can actually apply this, not get any of the coins I mentioned in this video, and see phenomenal success. So let's discuss. So if you've been watching crypto the last few days, you know we are up. But there's one thing we really have to focus on right here. Yes, Bitcoin is up, but the most important thing we're looking at right now is this is what we've been looking at on this channel for literally 2 years. Since November 2023, when we bought the massive lows, when we bought the lows, this last mini bear market that we saw, we've been waiting exactly for this move right here. The highs we saw last year, those were not the moves we were looking for. I don't think that was the all-time high. No, not at all. The all-time high of the alts and the coins we're getting into on this channel is going to be triggered when we see the ETH all-time high. It's already happening right now. As the ETH starts to move higher, these coins are really starting to edge up. You're seeing phenomenal power in them. They're already going to go crazy before the all-time high. But when we get to that all-time high, that's when you know we are seeing what people in the industry thought was gone forever, thought was going to be dead. We are going to see alt season. This is where utility alts, specifically in this industry I'm going to talk about, are going to go wild. Let me show you what I'm referencing here for context. We saw last bull run, one of the hottest hands was gaming coins. Very similar to the industry I'm about to give you in this video. And I think gaming coins are going to have their run, but I think this industry is up first. We saw Sandbox, for example, go way up and eat massive losses right here. Look at this dump right here from 81 cents all the way down to 18 cents. Just like we've seen in a lot of altcoins. But if you had sold right here, what a mistake. What a giant mistake. I want to rephrase in this channel. This is not a channel for elite traders. This is a channel for fucking retards. This is a channel for glue eaters. I am wearing a diaper right now. It's an efficient, lean diaper because frankly, I'm too locked in. My mom's been giving me too much chocolate milk. Those Hot Pockets, they come with a price I'm willing to pay. But what we're trying to do on this channel, guys, is look, you have to accept you're not a good trader. You're stupid. And there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to call the tops and the bottoms on any of these coins we're looking at right here. We're not going to be able to swing trade this. So our best help is to hold for this situation right here. Because you saw Sandbox went massively up, took a massive dive, and then it actually went to its real all-time high. This is why we didn't sell last year. Because when this happens, this is what happens when ETH starts hitting its all-time highs. We did not see ETH hitting its all-time highs. And these coins that we're looking at, specifically utility alts, they move like this only when ETH is at an all-time high. Selling when ETH is at $3,000 to $2,700, whatever, that's not where you want to be moving at. And we're looking for this. And this is what's triggering right now. If you go look at last run, you can see Bitcoin moved first. And then Ethereum moved shortly after it. Okay, and it started going up to all-time highs right here. Around May was the first all-time high. And if you go look at altcoins, we're just going to use BNB right here, for example. You can see these only started moving once ETH started moving. They only really did these things once ETH started moving. You see the same exact movement on BNB. Went massively up, got massively down, and then really made its big move when ETH moved. So, yes, Bitcoin is up right now, but we are seeing Bitcoin dominance start to drop and peak. This is when basically the huge chunk of the market that Bitcoin controls, I believe it's at about 66% of all crypto is invested in Bitcoin, it starts to drop and you start seeing that money actually start pouring into other coins, which is Ethereum. Now, look. The last few months, I've been saying that Ethereum is moving in the same exact way that Bitcoin was moving before it made its giant move up. Because BlackRock and all these big institutions, they're doing the same exact playbook they did with Bitcoin. So if we go look at Bitcoin this last year, this is when the ETF hit. It jumped up to 60-something thousand. People got really excited, whatever. And then it just lollygagged around as BitRock suppressed the price and people thought the ETF failed. It wasn't moving well. But as you actually saw on chain, BlackRock and institutions were gathering tons and tons of it while releasing news that it wasn't doing anything and the ETF failed. And then pow, look what it did. We're seeing the same exact playbook right now with ETH. You can see ETF hit, kind of pumped around, took the same exact dump Bitcoin did down to big lows, and they put it all over the news. They scared everybody out of Ethereum. They made the most hated coin in industry, and now it's about to do the same exact move I think Bitcoin did and go reclaim its all-time high and then some. And if you look on chain, you look at what BlackRock is buying, you look at what the Trumps are buying, you look at what all the whales are buying, the accumulation for ETH down here was like never before. They scared so many people out of their ETH bags right here. It's crazy. This is about to be one of the most efficient pump and dumps or institutional pump and dumps of all time, in my opinion. Now, if you were on the channel, you know that I stay bull-tarded no matter what. But if we actually go back and look at my strategy without the jokes and everything like that, since this point in November, we've been waiting for one thing, the ETH all-time high. And I want to show you the play that we're setting up right here. If you look at when Bitcoin was doing this stuff right here, November 2023, when it really started to make its move, I say we need to wait for the Bitcoin confirmation of a bull run, and then we need to move into our alts because they're not going to move yet. So if we go look at alts, and I'm just going to use Super right here. It's one of my favorite game coins. I think probably the best game coin in gaming right now by far. You can see if we go back to November 2023, all the coins that we like to invest in this channel, they were doing the same exact movement that Super was doing right here, where they didn't move. And so we saw Bitcoin confirm that it's going to do its bull run. We got in right here. We got into Super, so many coins. We got in Destra at like a cent, Super at 10 cents. The laundry list of coins we got into right here was insane. I put in millions and millions of dollars at this time, very publicly. And you can see Super then rose all the way up to $1.99, which I don't think is the all-time high. I didn't sell any of my Super here. I think it's going much higher than this in the future. But we were able to clear 10, 20Xs right here. Now, look at what's happening again. We're still way up from those buys regardless, but we've seen ETH start to confirm. Now, the coins I'm going to be talking about in this channel are following this same exact pattern again. They haven't started to move quite yet. Now, caveat. Last few videos, I said this industry, these coins are going to start moving. And so a lot of them are up 30, 50, 2x right now. But say we didn't get in right here, but we got into super right here. We're still doing really well. And so my goal is to give you the coins before they actually start doing these moves. And what I think is about to happen is we're going to see them do moves like Sandbox. These are the typical moves you saw from altcoins last run when ETH was on fire, which it is starting to do again. It's leading the market. We saw the altcoins go... They did the moves right here, but then they did the moves right here after ETH really started the charge. You can see Sandbox did this after ETH had its real all-time high in the market. And so what we're doing right now is, yes, we see ETH starting to move. It's actually leading the market for the first time. Fantastic fucking sign for alt season. And now that we're seeing this, look, I'm never going to tell you on this channel that I'm guaranteeing we're going to go up. I truly don't fucking know. And my thesis on this channel is I believe an ETH all-time high is eventually going to come. And when it does, the altcoins that I'm referencing here are going to do those Sandbox type moves. And I'm betting hard on that. If I'm wrong there, I'm going to lose a lot of money, and I am not certain. But this is like we go to Vegas, okay? And there's a roulette table with 50-50 odds. If you lose, you're going to lose 50% of your money. If we go back to bear from here, we're probably going to go down 50, 60% from where we are. But if we bull here and ETH does its all-time high move right now, which it looks like it's going to do, we are going to see these crazy gains in altcoins. So it's like a 50-50 bet right here. I'm not telling you I know which way the market's going to go. I'm telling you that if the market bulls, if we win, we're going to make 10, 20x on our money. And so that's a phenomenal bet. If you go to Vegas and you had 50-50 odds and you lose 50% of your money. You win, you make a 20x. That's a bet you just have to take. And so what I'm doing right here is I'm gambling. I'm betting on that 50-50. So please don't go quoting me saying Becker says the market's going to go up. I don't know where the fuck it's going to go. I just know if we bull here, the returns outweigh the risk 10 to 1. And so we're seeing this ETH move right here, and we're seeing ETH leading the market for the first time in years. People accumulating it like crazy. We literally saw over $100 billion enter ETH in the last month. It looks strong. And if this moves right here, this is truly your last chance to get in and make the crazy entries that allow you to comfortably hold. Look, if a bull market starts, you really, really, really don't want to be buying right here because you have to go and understand there's a ton of people that bought right here. And so they have a massive advantage on you. In order for you to make a 2x from here, you have to hold all the way up here. In order for them to make a 20, 30x, they can just chill and be cozy. And so what we want to do in this channel is you have to remember, we are not great traders here. This is not some great trading advice channel. This is a channel where we hold and hope for the Ethereum all-time high. And what we want to do is we want to get nice cozy entries here. So even if we miss this top right here, we're able to exit all the way up and all the way down. Cozily still make money on this even if we don't read the market the right way. That's what we're trying to do here. And so we don't want to get into here where our inferior trading skills are going to set us up for massive failure. We want to get in here and be nice and cozy. And if you look at something like Pengu, everything's starting to do and recover back to these moves. We're not even back at the old all-time highs yet, so you do still have time. So now, what is this narrative? Where are the biggest pumps going to be at? So first and foremost, I think the biggest pumps are going to be in meme coins. Everybody's going to jump in when I talk about the coins I'm about to start to talk about and say, well, no, meme coins have the biggest pumps. I mean, look, if we go look at Chill Guy right here, this thing is up nearly 4x in the last month. Absolutely crazy gains on Chill Guy. But the thing about meme coins is they're really hard to predict and read. You have to be really kind of in the insider groups. You have to be talking about how they're going to pump and manipulate it. Meme coins are really, really, really hard. That's why I don't touch meme coins, even though I think they're going to deliver the biggest gains. You're not going to see 20, 30x's lightning fast in a day and some of the coins I'm going to mention right here. But you can predict these coins that I'm going to talk about. You can predict them with the market moves. Meme coins, all over the place. And so by all means, I'm super exposed to Pengu. I'm exposed to Fartcoin. That's where I'm drawing the lines. I'm not sitting here telling you negative things about memes. I'm just telling you, you can also completely lose your ass in memes because they do this type of movement right here that we saw with Chill Guy. They go from giant amounts down to absolutely zero, and you don't know if they're going to come back. You don't know when they're going to pump. So what we want is something that's a little bit more predictable. It's going to deliver us still huge gains. That is going to be 100% without a doubt AI coins, followed by RWA coins, but I think AI coins are going to move first here. So why do I think that? Do you actually care? Do you actually give a shit about the fundamentals? No, you don't. And so, look, if you're really interested in why AI coins are going to pump and how they work, there's going to be a video link at the end of this that's going to explain every single thing about why AI coins fundamentally are just like They park up with crypto like a baboon fucking a football. I don't know. They combine really well together. What I want to talk about, and I'll sum it up really quickly. AI is the most powerful investing narrative in the world. What we are going to see is the biggest boom, not just in crypto, but in tech in general, due to AI. Crypto is going to mimic that. That's the Cliff Notes too long didn't read. Look at the Nvidia stock. Look at the over massive valuations of AI companies right now. Like I work in tech. That's my grown-up job. I run and build tech companies. The valuations that are being placed on AI companies are insane. You're making like $100K a month. Oh, that company's worth $500 million. It's insane. We're going to see the same exact thing in crypto, bar none. Now, also, if we go look at these coins right now, they are showing by far the strongest pumps. We were talking about Tau literally right here the last few videos. Okay, we're literally talking about it when it's right here saying, oh, the AI coin's going to move. This thing's already up 2x and it's a giant coin moving like this. It's not some microcap coin. It's up 2x moving like this. And I told you TauBot was the little brother trade to this. If you want to expose yourself more to Tau, but see bigger gains, get in the TauBot. Since then, we are up 4x in this coin and we haven't even gotten started yet. Now, we're going to keep seeing movements like this, but what I'm pointing out here is that the leader coin, Tau, is showing insane strength. So the first thing I want to talk about here, if we're mentioning any coin, I'm going to start from the bigger, lower risk coins, and I'm going to work our way down to the more higher risk but higher return coins. If you're watching this video right now and you're any kind of beginner, one, I suggest you don't ever invest in crypto. You are putting your dick in a pencil sharpener right now and the thing can turn on at any time. And I know some of you guys just have to take what you're going to get. So that pencil sharpener looks pretty attractive to you. But trust me, it turns on. People lose full shaft in this market all the time. So if you're a beginner, stay away. But if you won't stay away, I suggest you start at just the top giant big coins that I mentioned. Because if worst case scenario we bear, Tau is going to be around for the next 5+ years. It's a great coin. Even if we lose here, you're probably eventually going to get back in profit with it. The coins I'm going to mention lower down, these things crash and we go into a bear, you're in a lot of trouble. So let's discuss. Top coin in the market is Tau. Now, what is going to happen, what I think is going to happen with this coin is I think this thing's going to shoot up to the top 15, top 20 cryptos. It's going to get to a massive market cap, like 10 billion, whatever. And people are going to be like, and that's the exact noise people make when they see gains in crypto. It's like a mix of a Wookiee and Chunks from the Goonies having an orgasm at the same time. You hear that in the middle of the night, you know we're up. Or a Cardano holder is watching his wife get f***ed. That gets them very excited too. It's their favorite thing, the noises they make, those little 5'2" neckbeard Cardano holders. It's great for them. It's the most fun they ever had. They're usually locked under their staircase having to listen like Harry Potter as Uncle Vernon pounds their wife. But oh gosh. All right. So look, back on topic. This is going to go in the top 10 and everybody's going to be like, whoa, AI coins are going to go nuts. What's the next Tau? And I'm going to tell you when that narrative comes around, this is what is going to start moving because Tau is going to trigger a massive, massive move in all these coins. Now, look, I want to point out something right here. Most of this is vaporware. Like crypto is all the giant Ponzi scheme. You are not investing in the S&P 500 here. Like, let's be real. We're investing in dog shit and we're hoping someone or the mass market retail, normal people think this dog shit is super duper valuable and fall for it like they have done all the other bull runs. And then we're going to see it pump up the valuations that make absolutely no sense, no logic whatsoever. And then we're going to turbo dump on all the normal people and retirees and institutional investors who think this is the future. Most of this is, all these coins are probably going to go to zero eventually. There's a lot of really even good quality products I'm going to talk about. They're still all going to go to zero. Like we're going to see a nuclear turbo monster dump like we see every single bull run. So knowing that, we are going to see all these coins all the way down go to massive crazy overvaluations. And this is where we're going to make our buck at. So let's start from the top here. Tau, of course, I have a massive bag of Tau. I've been at the lows here when I saw it below 200, just put my house into it. That's why I'm in my mom's basement right now, living off Choco milk and Hot Pockets, having to wear diapers because frankly, that diet is not acceptable for a 37-year-old man. You think Arby melts do some damage. Hot Pockets, Choco milk, stay away. But like you, I like to live on the edge. And if you look at the bot, obviously this is the diet of champions. So going down from this, yes, I have a giant bag of BitTensor. But let's start getting into the coins that are going to start pumping really hard. So of course, Coin Market Cap, it's ran by a group of baboons. If you actually go into, there's just a bunch of like men about this tall, sitting down, about 4 foot tall, their face completely covered in hair. They don't wear shirts. Most of them have nipple rings. It's an extremely disturbing experience. And so of course, that's why we see coins like Fartcoin listed as AI. What are you fucking doing at this company? I know you don't have to work. I know you literally just make millions of dollars showing the prices of coins, but what? This is a coin referencing a fart. There is nothing about fart coin that relates to AI. You assholes. Stop it. Stop it. There's going to be tons of people like, oh, fart coin's developing some pretty cool AI tech these days. Got to get in. Because of you stupid retards that work at CoinMarketCap. God damn. Hey, so super quick thing before we talk about these really high risk coins right here that I'm going to mention. Unlike other KOLs and YouTubers, I want to be as transparent and straightforward with you as possible. The most blatant thing I want to say first and foremost is I'm going to mention all the coins here that I don't own, but also the coins I do mention here, there's a lot of them that I do own. There's a lot of these coins that I advise and consult for money. Why? I've built $100 million tech companies. I know how to build tech. I know how to market it. And when I invest bigly in a coin, I like to reach out to the teams and help them grow and ensure the company succeeds so my investment succeeds, just like any other VC or investor would. So straight up, let's be transparent. I, of course, have massive incentive to want these coins to go up and for people to be aware of them. Let's cover that base number one. Now let's cover the big ugly elephant in the room. In a couple months, when the market's at all-time highs and it's looking great, I am going to sell. Just like you, I want to leave this market in profit. And the profits in markets come from other people's losses. If you don't understand that, let me explain it to you. Crypto is PvP. It's an arena. Everybody gets in, they put money in, and people try to get out and take money out before someone else does. And someone has to eat that loss net. So look, in these videos, I'm never going to tell you about coins and then pump them super hard intentionally or do any of that nonsense you see on other channels and then sell them 2 days later. But let me also be super duper transparent with you. I'm not here to hold your bags to zero. I'm not here to hold up your bags while you sell on me either. Just like you, I want to leave in profits here. And I've been going after these coins for 2 years and waiting for the Ethereum all-time high to come and send these to the places I think they're going to go at. So when that starts happening, when I see that coming, you better bet your candy ass I am going to be selling super duper aggressively, and I don't care if you are in the trade or not. I could sit here like every KOL and every other YouTuber say, we're in it together, whack me, we're all gonna go. But no one's fucking doing that. Everybody's here trying to leave in profit, including me. And so when you enter these trades, if you enter a trade where I am also in it, I really wish you the best. I'm gonna give you all the fundamentals to find your own coins and tell how the market's going and read the market. But when it comes time to sell, it is every man for themselves. And I would be lying to you if I said otherwise. Also, if you're ever curious of my positions or things I own or have big bags in, it's all disclosed on my Twitter, the entire list of every coin I own, so that you can either jump in the things I like or you can completely avoid them if you don't want to risk it. If it's going to hurt your feelings and break your heart that I'm doing the same exact thing that every single other person in the market is, including you, which is trying to sell in profit, then please, I beg you, don't jump in the trades that I'm in. Just don't. All the coins I'm listed are there. I'm going to give you everything you need to find your own coins. You can completely avoid me and disregard everything I say. And by heavens, the Mary and Joseph right here, I've given you a big giant risk of very lower risk coins. They're still risky, but they're not going to get absolutely turbo dumped on. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing or how to read this market, this is your first year in crypto, you have no business whatsoever buying any of the coins I'm about to talk about right here. This is a PvP arena where you're dealing with the highest risk coins with people that have been doing this, including me, for 5, 6, 7, and 10 years. And I just want to tell you all these things before I talk about it, because in a couple months, you're going to see everybody start to sell, including me, and you see a bunch of people saying, these people manipulated us and dumped on us. No, I told you what fucking things I'm investing in that I'm going to sell here in a couple months, and that we're all in the arena together. This is PvP. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to make some big message on Twitter when I'm selling and cause the market to dump or cause people that have invested in these coins to lose all their money. And I'm giving you plenty of warning beforehand so that when you coming back in a couple months, I'm just going to post this giant disclaimer up. Okay? Best I can do here is be completely honest and transparent with you. I've done the best I can. Let's get into this dumpster shit. Okay, so if we're starting from the top, the bigger coins that still have a pretty juicy return. Where I'm going to start at is probably going to be AI's network. They have the brand, they have the reputation. It's a big, just solid, reliable bag. I think this is going to go to multiple billions when we start to run here. I also think Akash network's very good. I just think AI's is going to outperform it. If you want to just throw both of those and then these top 3 that I mentioned up here, top 4, that's a really good simple portfolio. Now, where I'm actually starting to get really juicy at and where I think the massive gains are going to be starting at is probably going to be, I think, my favorite AI coin, which is Destra. I think this thing is going right back up to all-time highs. I think it's going to $1. I think it's probably going to multi-billions. I think this is going to do crazy numbers. This coin has the best hype, the best branding, the best everything behind it. It's actually making money. The team is phenomenal behind it. I think Destra is going to do crazy numbers. If we're looking at other coins that I think are kind of in the big chunky range, but still going to give really high returns, PAL, ZigChain. Just awesome. Awesome coins. PAL with its bots and all the AIs it's building. Zig is a chain that everything's going to be built on top of, and it also ties into RWA very, very well. So I think Zig is going to do super phenomenal, especially with Tau pumping super hard. So I think Zig, Destra, PAL, that's a phenomenal like mid-tier kind of list right there. I also really like, I don't own Graphane, but I think Graphane's going to do very, very well. And let's be straight here, guys. You don't have to have every single coin on the market. There's a lot of coins that are going to do comparable gains here. For example, I think PAL is probably going to give similar gains like 0x0. All right, from here. I think Zig and Destra are probably going to have comparable gains. I think Zig's going to do, just crazy numbers from here. I think Destra's going to do very well. You don't have to have every single coin in the market. So please don't do it because it makes it just super chaotic. Like the less experience you have, the less coins you should own. Like if you're like in your first year here, or this is your firstborn, you should have like 5-6 coins. If you're been around past 5 years, like some of us, yeah, you can put your dick in the pencil sharpener and play all sorts of angles with it, but you don't have to have every coin in the market. And if you're new, you really shouldn't do that. Now, if we're getting a little lower, I don't think Pinlink should really be on an AI list per se. It's kind of more RWA related, but I think Pin is going to be one of the most phenomenal runners in RWA. And this is probably my top big runner RWA coin. It's on the AI list. I mean, fart coins on the list. Let's just throw everything on here. Well, I mean, we might as well just throw Chill Guy and Cum Coin on here. The AI technology behind Cum Coin it's face melting. It just leaves you blown away. So 0x0, another great coin. I think it's gonna do really well. Has the brand and everything behind it. And then if we're starting to get into like the dirty coins, or this is where it starts getting a little nasty. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you some of the really dirty coins. Like these ones, there's like 100x potential. But look, they're massively risky, so I don't feel comfortable talking about them yet in the video. Now, if we start getting down into the really dirty stuff, Neural. I think this is such an not underrated coin. You can see the market cap it got to previously. I think it's going right back to this. It ties into gaming and AI, and I really like to see coins that combine narratives together. So I think Neural, as we get down to the lower coins, is going to do stupid well. Then Node AI, I think this coin hasn't done well. None of the coins have done well recently. But you can see the all-time highs it went up to before. We're down about 70, 80% right here, like every other coin. But a lot of these coins I'm mentioning right here, I want to point out to you. If we go look at like, for example, Destra's already starting to move super duper hard. Okay. And if we look at coins like TauBot or anything connected to Tau, and I think TauBot's just going to keep running. TauBot's just going to follow Tau, Tau's just going to keep going up. I think TauBot's probably going to multiple $100 million market caps because it's an essential tech on Tau for trading and everything going on there. But you can see TauBot has followed Tau up immensely right here. But if we start getting down into these coins, you can see Destra's already starting to make some big moves. It's up from 11 cents to 16 cents. But look at the old all-time high. Okay, this is nothing compared to where it's going to go. But you can see they're already starting to move. Not hugely though. This is very similar to what we saw in 2020-23. We in 2023 got in these areas. In fact, when I mentioned Destra, we got down like over here. So we've had a phenomenal time in Destra. I mean, even at these prices right here, we're still doing like super duper good. That said, as we get down here, people have not really moved on these coins yet. So if we get down to something like Neural or Node, you can see Node just really hasn't started moving yet. Yeah, we're up like 50%, but compared to where the all-time high is and everything that's going on here, I think Node is great. And I think it probably has one of the more recognized brand names in AI. And so that's really important because what people do in cryptos when a certain type of industry starts to move, they have the brand names already in their head and this is where they're going to move. Node and Neural are two really good examples of that. The one I think is going to just go nasty is Hash. Has a massive brand behind it. Everybody knows what Hash is. It had a crazy all-time high previously, and it's just taken a nasty dive and really hasn't moved yet. You can see we went from 19 cents to 40 cents. This thing's going to move. It's based around AI mining of Bitcoin. It's just the hypiest narrative ever behind it. And you guys have to understand what I'm investing in here is narrative and hype. What I'm looking at is people's behavior and thoughts on cryptos. Yes, the tech behind a lot of these coins is actually pretty damn cool. But people don't invest in tech and crypto. They invest in hype and FOMO. That's why meme coins do so well. The same exact interactions in people's minds with meme coins goes on in AI coins. So we're thinking about what people are thinking, what they're going to do, how they're going to react when the market starts to move. I think Hash is that brand name, and it has so much chunk left on the gains, so much meat left on the bone if it runs here, that I think Hash is going to do phenomenally well. Now, one I just added, a lot of my coins, you already kind of know them. Maybe, because I've been talking about some of these for years. Okay, we've got a lot of these coins at their super duper lows. But Spectre is one I recently just added. This is kind of getting the same brand appeal as I see with like Hash or Destra back in the day. And I think, one, because it just has a cool name. I mean, that's really the main thing you want to look for in crypto. Does it have a cool name and logo? That's really the main investing narrative. But on a serious note, I think Spectre is going to do very, very well here. It's picking up a lot of attention. You can see it's really started moving off lows. You can see the lows where it was at 1.6. It's already done a 2x from here. And so what you need to understand is in these AI coins, the ones that are showing like the 2x's or the 80% gains right here, these are the ones that are going to move because they're reacting. As soon as the market started to move, as soon as Ethereum started to move, everyone started piling back in these things like I talked about. There's the brand names in their head. They go, all right, what coin should I move into? It's the brand names that appeal. I think Spectre is going to do crazy numbers. Palm, another top one. It's very, very undervalued right now. I think this is going right back to all-time highs. One of the more recognizable brands in AI as well. What I want to also do is break down where we are with like the total amount of gains. So if we're looking at like Destra, I think Destra has like potentially a 10x, maybe a 15x if we go absolutely nuts here in the market. I think the same with like PAL, Zig Chain. I think Zig is actually going to go way farther just because it's a chain. And if we get into like, for example, AOS, you're probably seeing like a 5, 6x maybe. And if we get into like BitTensor, we're probably looking at like a 3, 4x or something like that. So the gains as we get down here get much higher, but the risk is much higher. All right, so some of these might not even move. But if I'm looking at these, I think ones in these areas right here, these can do really crazy numbers. It doesn't have to go to a giant market cap and go to $300 million market cap and we're up 10x on these things. So understand there's more risk involved with these. So Spectre, Tau, Palm, I think are going to do, Tau Bot are going to do stupid numbers from here. Another one that's not mentioned here that I think is going to do really well, and it's kind of not in the AI space, it's in the deep in space, but in order to run AI, it needs to be decentralized and anonymous. And so any one protocol right here basically is essential for anonymizing all the AI. And so while it's not technically an AI coin, it's essential infrastructure for all the AI coins. And I think a lot of people, because it's not listed on the AI side right here, I think they're forgetting about this and how useful it is. And so I think anyone is more infrastructure that supports AI, I think that's going to do really goofy numbers. Now, if we're getting to like the dank, dirty coins, okay, so dirty on here that I'm not even going to keep scrolling down. There's a few I think are going to run. All right, one that has a really good brand name that's really undervalued right now is ZKML. It's at like a $17 million market cap right now. I think this one, wherever the all-time high is at, like 45 cents and stuff like that, it's not far from the all-time highs, and it really has been picked up for what it does, and it's phenomenal tech. Again, at the end of this, there's a video linking to AI tech and explain how all these coins work and all the tech behind it. I'm not going to do this video. I think ZK is just an extremely useful coin. It's really undervalued, and everybody knows what it is. Everybody recognizes the brand. I think people are going to run into this. As soon as you start seeing those 100 mil coins like Zig and Destra start to run, they're going to think, okay, what if I want the big gains? Where do I go? They're going to go to ZKML. Easy win. So another coin that's way down is RAI, and it's at a $5 million market cap. And there's a lot of risk with this coin. I'm going to be transparent with you, but a lot of people know what RAI is. I think the overall narrative behind RAI is really great, and it's sitting at a very low market cap. And I think this thing could easily run back up to its old all-time highs. No problem if it starts to move from here. Another one, Vert AI, that kind of got the same exact treatment. And so like RAI and Vert launched at the same exact time, like at the tail end of the last market where the bear started to take place. So they launched, and like literally right after they launched, the bear hit. And so they were some of the first coins that people just dumped really hard. And I think they just got unfairly dumped to some degree, which is leaving them at an extremely susceptible market cap for massive pumps when this runs up. And one other coin I think is going to do pretty well, I think is unfairly at a market cap right now, would probably be Condux. Look, it ties NFTs and AIs together, which I think is going to be super powerful when the gaming narrative takes off. I don't think the market cap of 12 million is acceptable for the coin. I think as soon as this starts to take off, and also NFTs are going to do very well, I think Penguins, Pudgy Penguins is going to lead the charge there. Going to cause massive NFT hype. It's going to combine with AI. Condux is going to do very well there. So that's where I would be looking at in AI, guys. This has been a long video. So just to sum it up, look, if you're new to the market, you don't know what you're doing, but you want some exposure to AI, you want to put your dick just a little bit in the pencil sharpener, BitTensor, Near, Internet Computer, I'd throw some AOS and Destra in there just for a little bit of spice, a little bit of, but other than that, that's where I would stop if I'm new to the market and I don't really know what I'm doing, which is 95% of you. But I know you're not going to listen to me. You're like, hey, how about I just stick my entire dick in a garbage disposal? Like, well, let's see what happens. Like, maybe it'll be fun. So of course, like, I'm here to enable that. I mean, like, I want a bunch of just dickless 5'2" neckbeard motherfuckers running around the next Token 2049 event. So if we're going to be doing that, where I would be starting at, I start at AOS, of course, Destra, Destra, I think, is going to just be the chosen child of this run. PAL, I think, is going to do phenomenally well. I think ZigChain is very underrated right here. I think this is going to a multi-bill market cap. Echelon Prime, I really love Echelon Prime. I don't have any exposure to it. I think it's great. They're going to do very well. That would be kind of the mid-tier right here if we were looking to get a little bit spicy. As we keep going down, I think Griffane is going to do very, very well. I believe that's on Sol. Yeah, so anything AI Sol, I think, has a really big advantage just because the memers over there can easily transfer into it. Pinlink, not really AI related, but I think it's probably going to be a top ROI coin, and there's a little bit of AI in it. 0x0, fantastic coin, has the brand and everything. I think it's probably going to go to a multi-$100 million market cap again. Now, if we're getting really spicy, we're starting at Neural, Node, Hash AI, definitely. I think it's going to be one of the bigger runners. It just has the pumptamentals behind it. Spectre, new coin. I think it has the same kind of pumptamentals that Hash and these other coins have. So I think that's going to do crazy well. TauBot is just going to chase Tau up. If Tau goes up another 2x, TauBot's going to go up 4 or 5x. So just like it's easy little brother trade to Tau. Palm, phenomenal. And then those smaller coins I mentioned at the end of the video. I think anyone, again, is super underrated because people forget about it because it's not on this list, but it enables a lot of the coins on this list. And shit, this has been a long video and I'm tired. So I'm just going to wrap it up because I'm tired of talking to you. So yeah, these high risk, markets pumping, very exciting. I'm tired. So here's an AI video that explains all the tech behind it. I know you don't really care. By all means, I know you're not interested in growing your skill set and actually understanding the shit you're getting into and betting your life savings on. So ignore that. Just chill out and go watch a video of a cat watching a snow cone after this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, I'm tired of shooting this video. Goodbye. Also, not goodbye. Follow me on Twitter at CSSBecker, so where you get all this information like 10 times sooner. Like if you want to see the coins I'm getting into and everything I'm interested in, I'm going to talk about it there way before I make these videos because these videos take forever. It's a pain in the ass. I only do it like once every 2 weeks. Okay, goodbye for real this time. F off.
小小飘飘，北风萧萧，天地。